A new path is now available to you. Follow it with faith. This is kind of like an angel message. So that's beautiful. Now check this one out. Let there be closeness between you, but always give each other space. Love never claims. Love never claims. It simply allows and gives. Now this is interesting because now this is like messages from your guides, right? The message from yesterday, the full, energy reading from yesterday was, you're focused on what didn't work out. You're still there, but you're in a relationship now. Hey y'all, happy Saturday. I'm gonna do a bonus reading to the weekend steamer for September 24th, but I think this is gonna be a timeless message. So that reading was so difficult, and I just released it today, even though it was for the day before. I was really wrestling, y'all. I wanted to just really throw it all away. So if you haven't watched it yet, I'll link it here somewhere so that you can go back and watch it. It might not be your message, so you might not want to watch it, but there was some really hard energy. It was about exes coming back from your past, or it could have been the ex who's thinking about someone from their past. And there were some crucial lessons that needs to be really looked at and learned, processed through. They're not easy, but if you take the lesson, let me see, I think I still have it right here. Yeah, if you take the lesson, you'll get the sun. Optimism, everything working in your favor, but you have to get over that hurdle. So anyway, I wanted to share some things with you. I kind of feel like that reading was so difficult because I had some energy coming on the way, some oracle cards that I had ordered, and I was hoping that they would have come by the time I was gonna do the reading, but they didn't, and they came last night. So I'm gonna not last night, sometime yesterday, and I'm gonna share with y'all the messages. They're love cards, love reading cards, love oracle cards. I have 2 decks, and the artwork is so beautiful. One of the decks y'all might be a little bit familiar with. I've seen them with a lot of different readers, and I've been kind of wanting them for a couple of years. But never really felt the need for them yet. But I think this is the time for them. And yesterday's reading really proved that. So I want to put out some love oracle cards, see what the messages are, and maybe do a little spread to clarify some stuff. So look at this. Look at the artwork. It's just, they're so gorgeous, and the shape and everything. I went through them all yesterday, and the messages are sweet and everything. So let's go with it. It's a little different. So let's call in your team. Angels of love and light. This is gonna be awkward. Spirit of the Most High. Our higher selves. Give me a message for anyone that wants to come in on this. Yeah, okay. So let's go with it. Let's see what these are. A few of them flew out. I remember this one. I remember seeing this one. I looked through all of these last night. I think there's about 5 of them here. Yeah. 1 by itself, 2 together, and then 2 together right here. So just focus on the art for a second, and then I'll read it. my beloved. Well, this is interesting because the reading from yesterday, I won't keep referring back to it, but I have to in a way because that reading is the reason that I'm doing this reading. So just follow along with me. It was about your exes coming back from the past, and if it's you who's thinking about your ex, yeah, this might be your message. So it's my beloved. Though we may be physically apart, spiritually we are always united. For love transcends space and time. Nothing is missing. Okay, so that's a hopeful message from your beloved. Oh, this is a good one too. This is a really good one. This is really good. Pick up on the beautiful pink energies that's showing up here. That's like love. Acceptance is the key to inner peace. At times we must accept things as they are. There is no point trying to change that which is beyond our control. So this is kind of like a little conversation. This is someone, saying this, maybe, someone who has unrequited love. And this is the response, just like, I still love you. I wish that things had worked out. And this is like, just kind of accept the fact that it's over. Ooh, y'all are harsh. It's okay. So that's like a little conversation. Okay, okay. So I looked at all of these last night and the messages are really interesting. The past is now behind you. Release it and embrace new possibilities. A new path is now available to you. Follow it with faith. This is kind of like an angel message. So that's beautiful. Now check this one out. Let there be closeness between you, but always give each other space. Love never claims. Love never claims. It simply allows and gives. Now this is interesting because now this is like messages from your guides, right? The message from yesterday, the full energy reading from yesterday was, you're focused on what didn't work out. You're still there, but you're in a relationship now. And your guides are just saying, let what you have now, the situation that you're in now, let that be your love, your healing, what you need. Don't worry about anything from the past because that's just gonna make things very, very complicated for you and your person and the person that you're thinking about. Stop giving your energy to something that is dead. That death card. Oh, where was it? That death card came out. Yeah, see, it's over. And there's like a whole different energy surrounding that person and you. And even if you tried to go back, it would just be a disaster. It'd be a total disaster because the person that you're thinking about is no longer there. They're not even that person anymore. They're a new person, and so are you. And you might not like that new person because that new person is just, that the person that you remember, that you enjoyed that energy, they've evolved from that. Okay, so here's the one that was standing alone. It's important right now to take a step back and spend some time alone instead of placing your focus on another. Now is the time to give to yourself. Now that is the message. That's pretty much what I was laboring so hard to say yesterday. And I feel like it was in the previous weekend steamer. It's like, sometimes you just have to stop trying to be in a relationship with somebody and just be with yourself because you have some internal things that you got to work on. And until you get that done, you're going to be like static in somebody else's life because you're not available. You know, it's like back in the day when the TV would go out. I mean, I guess I'm dating myself a little bit, but when the stations would go out, you'd have the American flag, the soldier, you know, and the anthem and all that stuff. And then after, you know, that, there'd be like this colorful screen. It'd go, dude, and then it'd be like static all over the screen until the next morning when the programming resumes. But you don't want to be in that static space. No matter how much you think that you do, you don't want it. It's comfortable because you're comfortable with chaos. And you don't need to be comfortable with chaos anymore because you want a peaceful life, and no one else outside of you can bring that peace in. I hear a lot of people say, I need somebody to be my peace. That's dangerous. It's dangerous for you and it's dangerous for somebody else because you're counting on somebody else to be your peace for you. No, you need to find peace within yourself. And then when you've mastered that and you are comfortable with, you know, navigating through life and things don't bother you, you know, you go to work and whatever is happening happens. Kind of like that cat example, you know, watching the cat. Once you've gotten that mastered, you can watch yourself, you can watch everything around you without any kind of emotions attached to it or judgment attached to it. Then you can identify other people who have that same kind of skill. And it's a skill. It's something that you have to develop, but you can't develop it when you're, you know, working with your insecurities in relationships with other people, because you're trying to gain some perspective from other people and you're picking them apart instead of actually picking yourself apart and finding out what is really going on with you. You know, some people have had very traumatic things happen to them, sexual abuse, just physical abuse, abandonment, issues that are serious issues, and they show up in your work life, your romantic life, your parenting. It shows up everywhere. And this isn't to beat you up. It's a reality. The world beats you up. The world, you know, the world system expects you to be perfect, but we are not perfect. No one is. Even if you were brought up in a situation where, you know, you had gentle parenting, a loving situation, there's still, you know, a sense in which you're having to deal with things because we're all growing. But this is not talking about somebody who, you know, basically has emotional regulations. This is basically talking about someone who is not in a place where they need to be in a relationship. And I get it, you know, especially if you have children and, you know, you want a family. But if you are struggling with day-to-day relationships and things, you really need to get that under control and not look for other people to be your peace. You have to be your peace, and that's that. So let's move on. I have the Romance Angels Oracle cards. It's the little version. Look at this. Isn't that gorgeous? Oh God, I just love that. Like gold. So anyway, let's see what kind of message or advice that we might get here. It's 13 minutes in. I am not gonna make this long. Oh goodness sake. I'm already messing up the cards. Y'all, I love my cards. I really do. I love my cards like a painter loves his brushes. I do. They're very precious. They're tools. I love my cards like a carpenter loves his drill. Okay, one card, please, or whatever, however many. Just give us some messages. Thank you. All right. All right. Yeah. Okay. So your focus is off. You need to really be focusing on your finances and career. Financial issues are a factor in your love life right now. So this kind of goes back to what I was saying about, you might have children, you want a family, this, that, and the other. So a lot of people are like stressing about, I don't want to get married because I don't want the financial responsibility, or I don't want to have kids because I don't want to have the financial responsibility. And then on the other hand, people are like, I need a partner. I need somebody to help me with all these bills, this, that, and the other. Well, you got to do it by yourself. I mean, you can't depend on somebody else to take care of you. I mean, I'm talking to adults. Children are not in this, children have to, children have to depend on their caregivers. But if you are, my readings are for adults, okay? I always put 18 and up, 18, 19, 20, you're still trying to get your life together, 21, 22, this, that, and the other. But you have to depend on you. Focus on what you need to do to get your finances and your career to where you want it to be. Let's see what these are. Okay, there's 3 of them. See? All right, so someone from your past is returning to your life. Reconciliation. So I am not wrong. This, your guides are saying, be mindful of it. And in that last reading, I was saying that next week on the 27th, we'll have the Mercury retrograde in Libra. So yeah, some people might be coming back from your past, really, really, really trying, to woo you and get you back. You attract romantic love by enjoying this moment fully. So attraction, you're attracting people in, playfulness. To recapture romance, allow your inner youthful spirit of fun to shine. So whatever that means to you, I don't know. That means something to somebody. Let's get some tarot cards out here. Let's see. I'm kind of scared of that Muse tarot. Let's go back to our light seer deck and see if we can get something that's not going to be so challenging. See if we can get a message that's not going to be as challenging. We'll pull out some cards. I want to do a Celtic cross 10 card spread, so I guess this is going to be a little bit longer than I thought. But this is a love reading. Give us some insights on our love life. I mean, these oracle cards are kind of clear, but let's just see what kind of stuff your guides are trying to tell you. These lessons in love. Whew. Judgment. Some of y'all are, you're going through a major judgment, a judgment call, a raising up. You're going to the next stage, going to the next level. Oh, but you're still focused on that love. You're still focused on, this is a challenge to you. both of these are major arcana, so this is where you're supposed to be in life. I think the last week's weekend steamer was basically saying, study your love, understand in a deeper way what you're feeling, what you actually bring to the table, bring to a relationship emotionally, because a lot of people think that bringing something to the table talks about like your skills and, you know, what kind of financial stuff you can bring to the relationship. But that's really the smallest part, because when you are in a harmonious relationship, that extra stuff it's like the icing on the cake. What's really important is what you bring to the table. I mean, like you as a person, because that's what it is. You need to be falling in love with people, not what they are doing. You know, you need to fall in love with the being. Who are they? You know, not just their shallow appearance, but how they shine through, how their spirit really shines through in your life, because that will determine how your energies work out together in your relationship, in your household, how you make decisions. So somebody who might be very immature in their emotional awareness, they're not going to be able to process a lot of the things that are necessary for communication, for anything that has to do with love. I had a conversation. I will make this as vague as I possibly can, because I don't want whoever might be listening to this to feel some type of way. But I was having a conversation some years ago to a guy who was, I guess he was trying to get his conscience clear about something that happened in his past. And he had said that his wife had a miscarriage, and he wasn't there to comfort her. He just kind of went back to what he was doing, and she was like really like torn up, crying, and he didn't know how to deal with it, how to process it. And that's important to know, because that's an emotionally immature person, and that's something that that person can't bring what's necessary to the table. And, you know, I'm just gonna leave it there. Yeah, so you're wanting to have that fulfillment. You want to have a happy family. You want to have that's what's upholding all of this. You're trying to find that avenue to get you into what you've been wanting. You know, you may have seen a happy family when you were younger, because this is like past energy, and that energy has stuck with you and you're aspiring to that. However, you're very, very closed off, and you don't have a lot to offer as far as, you know, building this family, building this idea, because this is the Four of Pentacles. This is just like stingy energy. It's earth energy. So even with your resources, you're very, you know, closed off, and it's a selfish energy in a way, because you're, I mean, in one sense, you're being wise, and you're trying to make sure that you're not in a bad place financially. Where is it? The one over here that said, you know, that you need to focus on your finances and career. You need to kind of focus on, you know, that kind of thing. So that's where your thought process is. But if that's where your total attention goes, you're just gonna be there. Eight of Swords. You're just kind of afraid of looking at yourself. Yeah, because if you look at yourself for who you really are, then you have to take responsibility for some of the things that has taken place in your love life, in your life, period. And you just don't want to do that. The truth hurts too much. So you're doing this to yourself. And that's why this solitude is very important. It's important because if you bring somebody into your scary closet and they have to go through those scary things with you, and they don't even know how to deal with it, they don't even know that you have these issues, then you're gonna end up killing them. You're gonna end up like beating them, because your scary stuff is gonna be hard to distinguish between your scary stuff and that person. And that person has their own scary stuff that they have to deal with. So yeah, you have to go by yourself and just let your guides, let the Most High love on you. Don't worry about anybody else. These little games, the playfulness, because you're attracted or attractive or whatever, trying to reconcile with somebody else is, I'm gonna tell you what it's gonna do. You are gonna end up hurting somebody else, and their guides are gonna end up hurting you. And that's far worse than what you could possibly do, because you're just a person, you're just a human. You just, you have all of these challenges that you have to face, but the angels, the entities that we don't see, they don't have the same barriers that we do being in these bodies. And so I always caution people, and I always stay, very close to myself, and I try not to bring too many people into my world because it's detrimental to them. I'm so focused on trying to do what the Most High has for me. I don't really have a whole lot of time to fight any battles, and so they fight them for me. And what I've seen happen since I've been aware is just, it's sad. It's really sad for people. And I don't feel bad about it, because I love my guides. I appreciate my guides. My brother used to beat people up because they'd mess with me. And that's kind of what my guides do now. I'm not mad about that. I'm thankful. I really am, because that's my protection. So anyway, you be careful. Just leave people alone. Just go about your business and don't mess with people. Just don't do it. Yeah, see? Just go by yourself. This is the Hermit card. Go into that scary space that you're avoiding so much. It might seem scary at first, but it's really one of the best things. It's like when you get there, you won't know what to do with yourself, but once it becomes your home, you'll be like, dang, why did I wait so long? This is beautiful. This is amazing. And you won't want anybody else there with you because you're gonna be in this space of just like seeing things that are amazing, and you're not really gonna be in the mood to share that stuff. Your guides will probably, get you to a point where if it's your destiny to share like I do, there'll be opportunities for you to do that, but it won't be for your benefit. Like this is for the collective. What I do is for the collective. That reading that I did yesterday was torture for me. I'm still kind of feeling it. That's why I'm doing this. So if I really had a choice, I'd much rather be studying like something else right now instead of doing this reading. I like positive readings is all I'm saying. But my point is, when you get into this hermit energy, and your focus is on learning, growing, getting into a closer relationship with the Most High, your spiritual guides, your spiritual team, you'll start learning things that'll take your attention off of all that negative stuff. It'll get you out of this region down here and move you up to this here. But you have a lot of work to you have a lot of work to do to balance all of that solar plexus, rah rah, always trying to outwit somebody, or always trying to be the stronger one, and all of that fighting and stuff. And then all of that sexual energy, just needing it, have to have it. And then, just looking at all of the negative things that happen in the world. That stuff, once you get all of that under control, it's going to be scary because you got to look at it. You got to deal with it. But once you get all of that under control, you'll see it from a different perspective. And it's your journey. You don't have to share it with anyone. And I've known people who have gone through this, and they are so content with living the rest of their lives by themselves in this hermit mode with the most peace in their lives. There was a guy that used to walk around my town, and he appeared to be homeless, but you'd see him just chilling, just like laying on the ground in the grass in the most beautiful place, just chilling in the middle of the day. And I always thought, I didn't know him personally, so I don't know his situation, but I always thought he has no cares in the world. He doesn't have a family. He doesn't have a wife that's there with him. He doesn't have kids that's there with him. He doesn't have anybody else that he has to worry about. And if you're a parent, you understand what I'm talking about. We love our kids. We love our spouses, but they aren't easy. They aren't. I mean, number one, you have to be with somebody else 24 hours a day most of the time. If you have a job, you're there at least 8 hours a day, and I don't know. It's for a lot of people, it's just not the easiest energy to be in. And this is. It's just beautiful. So that's the energy that's going to be coming in. It's going to be a little bit of a challenge because you are so connected to this love connection that you feel has been, your life, your love, and it's probably not going to happen. You're not going to get that love that you want, that connection. And if you come to the realization that you'd much rather be alone than to be with somebody else, that's okay too. It really is. But I don't know that that's really, it's like you're not feeling me. You're like, I'm not buying that, because where I am now is hell. And my person was heaven. And I got to get there. I got to get to my place of heaven. And you can feel that way. You probably have to go through this, because you might have to have that lesson of rejection. Somebody has to tell you that things don't always work out the way that you want them to work out. And you might have to come to a place where you realize that your actions have consequences that can last a long time. I've been watching this show, The Wire, and it's so intense. The episode that we just watched last night, one of the characters, he's like a hothead and very impulsive. He has like a lot of issues, legitimate issues that he's dealing with, but he killed somebody and almost killed another person. And he's like really going through it. And he can't take that back. He did it, and he's looking at, you know, spending the rest of his life in prison, and he can't even handle it because, I mean, he's not built that way. He's not built that way, but he did something that he can't reverse. And that might be the lesson that you're gonna have to learn right now. Like, you created the hell that you're in, and yeah, you might feel very, very fervent about getting out of that hell. This is a major arcana. This is the Chariot card. This is the Cancer card, family. So you might have ruined your family situation, and you want to just get back to it. But somebody is like, not feeling you. They're not. They're going through their own lessons too. They are, this is the Temperance card. They're in a deep, what's the word I'm trying to think of? Deep. It just kind of left me, the word. But this is the Sagittarius card. Studying. Being that professor, you know, so your person has already gone through what you need to go through. And right now they're just kind of like, they're chilling with their angels. They're chilling with their, you know, learning the lessons because they've already gone through this hermit phase and they've found their comfort zone, and they're just taking things in stride. The opposite of the devil energy, which is like temptation and addictions and stuff like that, is this card, temperance, doing things in moderation. So they're probably not willing to let you in. And they're protected. Look at this. They are so protected. This is an angel. Who is it? Gabriel, I think. You don't really want to mess with Gabriel. Or is it Raphael? I'm getting it confused now, but anyway, just know your efforts to get to them are not going to work out in your favor. Dang it, man. I thought this was going to be a little bit more positive. Oh, jeez. Wheeze. Yee. Okay. So it's a little stack. I just want 2 cards to finish this out, but we'll look at this. King of Cups, you're not trying to hear me because you're like, no, I got a good plan. I'm the romantic. Shoot, I got game. All I need to do is bring some gifts and voila, I'm back in it. But your person is far beyond that. They're not in their feelings. They are in their head. And not in a bad way. They've learned some lessons and they have established some rules and regulations for their life, and they will cut you off, cut you down, cut your head off, and feed you to their dog. I mean, it sounds really vicious, but that's kind of what you can listen or not. It's up to you, because this person, they've already experienced what they needed to experience from you. This is the 9 of Wands, wounded warrior, getting their ego in check. And they're a healer. They have healed and they are a healer. So that's why you're attracted. That's why you want to keep coming back, because you need to be healed and they have that healing energy for you. So I don't blame you for that. Yeah, they look really good. This is the Queen of Wands. This can be for a man or a woman. They look very good. They're energetic. They have everything that you're looking for, in every department. Yeah, but they are sick of you. They are. They're over it. This is the 8 of Cups. You weren't. What you were bringing to the table was like a whole lot of emotional baggage that did not satisfy them. So they are moving away. You can't get there. Oh, goodness. Yeah. So one card to see what the hopes and fears are. Oh, look at that. Oh, the devil. It was just kind of like sitting over here. The devil. That's what you're wanting? Hear me now. You're wanting this. You're wanting this energy. This is the temptations, the addictions, the control, all of that toxic energy that I was talking about that your person is trying to get away from. You want to bring that to them. So let's see what the outcome is going to be. Yeah, let's see. One card for the outcome. Where y'all coming from? I hope this is going to be a good outcome, because I don't like this energy. No, sir. My head's hurting. My whole body is actually like feeling some pain. Let's see. Well, for some of you, this is the Three of Pentacles. For some of you, you're gonna end up, like working it out. You're gonna work it out. So maybe this is what you don't want. You don't want it anymore. You don't want this devil energy anymore. You wanna work things out. This is a minor arcana out of all of these majors. So, look at what's on the bottom. Three of Swords. Heartbreak. So you're in this feedback loop of just not learning your lesson. I do want to know. I want to know some more stuff. I want to know why this Three of Pentacles is here. Because it's like you're determined to do whatever you want to do. You're not gonna listen. But look at this. See, there's two outcomes here, right? There's this outcome is the energy that's going to be coming in. This outcome is like the possibility of, the situation. This is a temporary card because it's a minor arcana. It's passing. It's like you want this. You're wanting to work together with somebody, collaborating, teamwork, family, But with this energy, I'm glad I thought about this right now, because it's important to understand that with this energy, this Three of Pentacles, teamwork, you have an overseer. You have like a mentor, a counselor, someone who can help you. See, this is, they're creating something. They're creating like a beautiful, what are these things called? Macrame? Anyway, it's craft. It's like handcrafting stuff. And do you know how to do it? You know what I'm saying? It's like you have to be taught how to do this. You can teach yourself, but you need some sort of instructions on how to do it because you don't know how to do it. Well, that's what this is like. You have to have a teacher. You have to have somebody that's guiding you through this. So that could mean going to therapy, going to counseling, something like that. But this is energy that is going to last for your lifetime and the next lifetime and the next lifetime. So this is more important than this. This is a building block for the next step and it's just kind of like a holding place until you get to where you want to go. This is actually gonna stick with you. This is the building, or is that how you say it? A permanent fixture, infrastructure. This is infrastructure, but this is kind of like code. You can change the code, but you can't change the infrastructure, not so easily. I mean, you have to have like a whole overhaul to get rid of this, because this is lasting. So is this. This is lasting. And this is lasting. This is lasting. This is lasting. This is lasting. And all of this other stuff is temporary. All of this is temporary. It's what you're using to get to the next step. So I think I'm gonna leave it there, because that's enough. Yeah, I'm tired. I'm drained. You got a lot of lessons that you're learning. There's a lot here. And you're obviously tied to someone very, very tightly. Yeah, you are. And you're very serious about this thing. I hope the best for you. All right, y'all. Namaste. Peace. You leaving?
I'm going to Walgreens.
Okay, what you gonna get?
I need some witch hazel.
You need some witch hazel? I have like a whole bottle in my bathroom.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, if you want to go and get your own, you can. But I have a whole bottle in my bathroom if you want to like split it. But it's up to you.
You need anything?
I kind of want a snack. But I don't want it from Walgreens, so I'm good. Okay, so yeah, you have to depend on you.